Hello and welcome to another episode of The Cauldron, the behind-the-scenes, warts and all look into what goes on at Aberavon RFC, the Wizards. Today, I'm joined by Chris Davies, Senior Coach at Aberavon RFC. Thanks for joining us, Chris.
Thank you, Sean.
Taking time out of your busy schedule. Now, I say Senior Coach there. A lot of the supporters will know that you actually take on a pretty hefty role, really, from a coaching point of view. You coach both sides of the ball in attack and defence. How have you found that this season? Particularly difficult?
Yeah, it has been difficult. A challenge that I thought would be not easy, but quite a simple challenge to kind of process and navigate through. And it's probably, I was defence coach for 3 seasons, and I kind of thought that maybe the learnings that I provided most of the players there would kind of carry on through, and I could just build on the learnings. But I guess what I failed as a coach was that players leave, new players come in, and I have to kind of bridge the gap between the new players coming in and the players that are currently there. And if I'm honest, like certainly from a defensive point of view, I probably failed to bridge that gap a little bit, and that's probably where it became a little bit of a difficult challenge, if I'm honest.
Where does the mindset go, obviously having coached myself, with regards to the balance of attack and defence? A lot of people say, well, obviously it's a 50-50 sort of thing, but you do get pressures from the head coach. There are failings in one department over another. Might have a good week in defence and then lean towards the attack. What's it been like in your mindset?
Yeah, I always felt from a training ground point of view that we would be able to kind of discuss attack and defence simultaneously, and you know, if there was defensive learnings, I'm very much game orientated in terms of learning and coaching, so kind of pick the bones out of both, and you know, what went on there, how do we make a game line break, and you know, how do we recover from the line break, and or how do we even manipulate defences and things like that. But we've unfortunately this season we've been under some hefty scorelines, and it hasn't bode well, you know, with certainly me being defence coach. So I think we've lost some games at 40s, 50s, 60s, and we haven't been scoring in those games either. So yeah, it has been tough. And yeah, as you said, Jason, the head coach, has you know, presented those challenges and concern.
Yeah. What has been the challenges in and around the squad? Obviously, you know, injuries have played their part, as they do with most squads. But you know, has there been any particular part of the season that you thought, you know, I'm struggling to get this back?
Yeah, again, a good question. I think, yeah, I don't like to blame injuries, because I think we're coaches and we've got to be able to coach and develop the players that are there. And like I said, I think I'm honest, I don't think I did a good enough job from a defensive point of view. I feel as if we made some good gains in attack, and we were playing the kind of style that we were looking at and wanted to play. But then, as I said, defensively probably took the foot off the gas there and didn't develop well enough. But injuries-wise, we did lose a lot of players at the beginning, and then we did lose a lot of players who either retired and or moved on to different clubs. So I guess I didn't foresee those challenges as the season started. And again, regretfully, it was probably like an oversight on my part.
Just give our supporters an idea of, they see the coach in the tracksuit or yelling instructions from the side into the radio. You know, your working week as a coach is much more than that. You know, there's a lot of analysis, a lot of reviewing. You meet individual players as well as structuring the game plan for the up-and-coming game. You know, give us an insight to your working week.
Yeah, okay, so I'll start. Then Saturday, so if the game's been played, we get sent the footage on the Saturday, or we're able to download the footage on Saturday night. I personally would skim that game 2 or 3 times in the morning on Sunday morning, not making any notes particularly, just kind of getting a feel for both sides of the ball. Then kind of put that to the side, get on with my Sunday, and then Sunday evening then is where I really get into it and start coding the game in my way, looking at both attack and defence. And then putting those to a side on the Monday morning, start doing the voiceovers on those clips that I've just created and put them into the WhatsApp groups for the team. But if there's individual learnings as well, pick up those conversations privately with the players as well. And then what we try to do from those clips is find out what good looks like and bring that into training and probably do more of it. And then subtly then, whatever we think we need to improve on, we don't like to make a big thing of that. This went wrong and that went wrong, so we got to do this in training. You know, so we try to subtly present those opportunities in training to get better. But more than often than not, I try to show them what good looks like over and over again for them to go, yeah, do you know what? Yeah, that is good. So that leads to the Tuesday, and it's kind of Tuesday preview of the next opposition into the Thursday, and so watching rugby just 6 games a week, just 6 games. Yeah, it's a long time.
I did nearly 25 years of it, so I got a fair idea. Yeah. How much say do you have in the in terms of the coaching week with the head coach?
Yeah, Jason's very proactive with planning. He runs a very good multidisciplinary team. He's very open. Both Mark Breeze, Jamie Davis, we all have a say on those little nuances, and block sessions, and again with the S&C coach as well. So yeah, Jason's very good, and I think the word is open. He's open to it. So
tell us a little bit more about your coaching philosophy. In recent times as supporters, we've been used to seeing some free-flowing rugby in attack from the Wizards. What is your philosophy as a coach from an attack, let's say?
Attack point of view, I'd like to coach through principles, and my principles would be go forward, continuity and support. I think if I just keep hammering home those messages and what that looks like in certain situations within the game, and we just go from there, really. I do like to play an expansive game, but it would always come back to going forward and finding momentum, and what we do with momentum and what we do with no momentum. I think there's always different scenarios in the game, regardless of whether the coach wants to play a free-flowing style of rugby. And I think going back to this season, we haven't had that gain line or momentum. It's kind of looked like, well, this is what maybe we could do with no momentum as well. So, but going back to the question is principle-based. It's the same with defence as well. It's for me, it's get the ball back, cut down options, assess threats, get the ball back. So 3 principles in defence and 3 principles in attack as well.
If you were to wave a magic wand and have a job description ready for Chris Davies next year, would you continue both sides of the ball, Chris? Would you have a penchant for one side of the ball more than the other? What do you see?
Yeah, I think a defence coach would need to come in and coach that side. I think a different voice, a fresh voice. I don't believe in the same voice over and over again. Like I said, I've been defence now probably 5 seasons. And I think your messages, although maybe quite tactically okay and technically okay, but a freshness and a different style of delivery is what's needed now for Aberavon moving forward defensively.
And again, for our watchers and supporters, you've been in and around involved in the club a long time now. You've worn many different hats. You probably know the club inside out. You know the personnel. You've seen players come and go. I mean, give us a feel for what the future looks like at Aberavon RFC.
The future's positive. It's we've got this new EDC program or league starting in September, and with the new league coming up, again, everyone's a little bit too unsure what's going on or how that's going to look. But it's exciting. I think one of the main things from the EDC is that the average age of the squad should be 24. I think that's really good. So Jason's worked hard to get a squad that is at that average age. I work extremely hard actually, and I'm excited to work with youngsters who just want to flourish in rugby.
And you, from a personal point of view, any ambitions, not just for Aberavon RFC, but for Chris Davies, coaching moving forward?
I wouldn't say there's no particular ambition in terms of stepping stone. Like I want to be here, I want to be there. I generally just want to be part of people's journey, and hopefully I can make their journey in rugby a better one. As you can see in Aberavon now with a new league, I'm probably going to be dealing with a lot of youngsters, and I just want to have an impact on their rugby career. Again, not just through rugby, but through their personal development as well. I think rugby coaches have such a important part to play in their career as men as well, young boys, young men, however you want to describe it. And I hope that I can help and develop, learn, and grow.
Chris Davies, keep up the good work. Good luck. Thanks for joining us on the Cauldron.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you so much, mate.